6th of August 2023, electric vehicles, accident and repairs. I spoke before about people having trouble. I mentioned the Nissan Leaf because a family I know down the country had a Nissan Leaf, and the power distribution unit went in it, and it had to be brought in from China twice, and there was customs and there's everything, and there was some other thing went wrong. And anyway, it's off the road since last early November, late October, early November, off the road, no car. It's now back on the road. It took it that length to get it done. The cost is about 3,500 and maybe a little more along with it to get euros to get it fixed and get it back on the road. Now imagine that you have no car for that length of time. So that's the reality of what you're facing with an electric car. I say Nissan Leaf, there may be others of them, but I just tell you that's what I know about that. Now I mentioned about the ferries, and the ship on the sea is not in danger of sinking. So there's another disaster for insurance companies, and there's no doubt, no matter what anyone says, it's electric vehicles that cause the problem. You can't put out the fire. It's like gunpowder when it lights. You can't put out the fire. It's not relying on oxygen from the air. Now the other thing is gunpowder, if you wet it, it won't light, funny enough. If water gets saturated into gunpowder, it won't light. You often heard to keep your powder dry, and that's all forms of gunpowder. But the lithium battery will, if it gets going at all, it mightn't get going without, but if it gets going, water has no impact at all. It burns from inside. Okay, now the other problem now we have is the government are not going to do anything about this threat for ferries. They're going to let people die, and eventually there'll probably be maybe 8, 9 or 10 people killed on some ferry in Europe, and that might have the effect of having some change. But where they're getting caught is the insurance. And if you have an accident in an electric car and anything other than a little bit of superficial damage, if there's a danger at all to the battery that's in the car, there's a number of insurance rules now being brought up. One is no ordinary garage will touch them, because garages haven't the time or the bother. And I'm going to show you why not. If you have an electric car and it's towed into a garage, the space between the electric car and the nearest object that can be damaged, including another car, has to be 15 meters, which is almost 16 yards, or 48 feet. You can step it out there anyway. So 15 meters from the car to everything that can go on fire. A concrete wall maybe not, but even so, a concrete wall could be damaged, especially if it's a dividing wall. Heat will damage concrete. So there has to be that distance, and this means that if you're a garage and you have a store for your cars or a forecourt, you can only fit 2 electric cars where you fit 100 ordinary cars, or 1 electric car for every 50 of standard internal combustion engine diesel, petrol cars. Okay, so if they're diesel, petrol, you'll get 100 into the space. If they're electric cars, you'll get 2. Isn't that some setup? Now remember that that the Gardaí, if there's an accident, they sometimes tow cars to someplace into the station if it's a serious accident. They cannot just leave that car there, among others. If it goes on fire and burns the one beside it, they're liable for them. It could burn the station. Very few Garda stations have enough space to safely store an electric car. Garages are in the same boat, customs and excise, all those people who have reason to store cars. They're dangerous to store in a garage. Don't store them near a house. But that's the thing. When they're damaged, they come under insurance. And when the insurance, especially the British insurance, and this was a report recently by the British insurance industry, especially if it's damaged in an accident and there's any danger to the battery, the insurance is on the hook. If they are covered in that car and that car goes on fire, they're caught for it, and they're caught for every car that's damaged in the area. So it will drive the cost up unbelievably. What government will try and do is put the cost of insurance on us all, those of us who have ordinary cars, electric or petrol and diesel cars, internal combustion engine cars, make us pay for the whole lot. I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can force a private company to behave like that. So it could end up that comprehensive insurance for those will become prohibitively expensive. Does everyone understand that? That's a short video that's coming out now with Insurance's report in England. You cannot just park them among others, and there's very good reason. And the other thing is multi-story car parks is another problem where there could be danger. And I reckon there should be a large indicator on an electric car or a hybrid to show it has a battery, because I wouldn't park near it an underground car park or any of those multi-story car parks. You get my point now. It's just as simple as this. If an electric car goes on fire, it's not likely to go on fire too often unless it's in an accident. It can happen, but it probably won't. If it goes on fire, if it's in an accident, the chances of it going on fire are bigger. If it's if it's among other cars or any other property, if it goes on fire, it'll damage all them and burn them. You can't put them out by the fire brigade. Okay, so therefore the rules are coming round that you have to space them out, as I've said, and that means that you can't get anyone to fix them. And you're very likely to be coming to a situation where no panel beater or nobody will want them. It could be even against the law yet to have them close to other things, and certainly they'll have to bring in a law to safeguard people living near where they are. Okay, that's it. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Please comment any way you like. I believe these are just a manifestation of the silliness of green energy and green transition that cannot work, and I bring it to people's attention and talk to people, let them know what they're letting themselves in for. And this includes a hybrid. A hybrid has a battery the same as a standard electric, standard petrol or diesel car. Okay, I keep saying electric, I mean petrol. If the electric or hybrid on this side, if the petrol or diesel here, these are two totally different things, and you need to know the difference in the two from the point of view of safety, of insurance, and how this is going to pan out. I can't see anyone paying any reasonable money for a car over 10-year-old electric car, but maybe they will, I don't know. That's up to them. Good luck, folks. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and please comment underneath, right?